Viewer discretion is advised.
Alright, what about spiders? Think you can take on one of those things? Tobias kicked the ball towards Sam with a bit more force than he usually did. Spiders are nothing. They look scary until you pump them full of bullets. Sam intercepted the ball with ease. He then pushed the ball next to himself as he noticed his shoe was untied, and proceeded to tie it. As he was doing this, Tobias narrowed his eyes at the football as it seemed to rock back and forth, like something was poking at it from the inside. "Hey, the ball, do you see that?" Tobias said as he pointed over to it. Sam tilted his head in amusement as the ball seemed to shake and suddenly jolt in one direction after another. Not believing what he was seeing, he nudged it with his foot, and suddenly leather legs shot out from the ball that connected to his central abdomen, much like a spider has. And that central portion of the football morphed itself by using the material on the ball to weave in and out itself to create 8 eyes. Finally, a portion was reformed to become a set of pincers and fangs. This newly formed spider hissed before latching onto Sam's arm and sinking its fangs into his arm. "Get it off! Get it off! It hurts! Do something, Tobias!" Sam pleaded as he punched at the creature. Tobias rushed over, started pulling at the thing, but he couldn't even move it more than an inch. Tobias took a few steps back before pulling out his pistol and aimed it at his friend. "Stay still." Sam gritted his teeth and extended his arm off to the side as the spider-like entity chomped away at his flesh. Closing one eye, Tobias made a few quick adjustments and fired off a couple of shots until the spider screeched and dropped to the ground, writhing around in pain. He quickly ran over to it and pumped it full of lead. After emptying his clip, the spider let out a final wail before transforming back into a regular football, albeit one full of holes now. Well, you were right. Pump them full of lead, then suddenly they're not as scary anymore. You all right there, bud? Sam fell to his knees and clutched his wounded arm, crying from the pain and the relief of not dying. "Where the hell did you get a gun?" Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today we bring you a SCP Foundation KETER class object, SCP-3023. SCP-3023, also known as "and then it decided to be an angry spider," is a phenomenon in which an object will abruptly develop an arachnoid form and gain motility in the presence of humans. It targets objects, in one instance a corpse, and transforms them into an arachnid-like creature composed of the object. These creatures are incredibly hostile towards humans and will stop at nothing to attack and mutilate their targets. 3023 has thus far occurred exclusively in a well-defined region of central Germany. This occurs on an irregular basis with an average of 2 months between occurrences. Objects affected by the phenomenon are collectively designated as SCP-3023-A. It will behave erratically, generally moving around their vicinity at random, using their legs and pinchers to attack anything they come in contact with. Instances of 3023-A display speed, durability, and physical strength far in excess of what their structure and composition should allow. Destruction and dismemberment of the object is sufficient to cause anomalous properties to cease. It is still unclear how the mechanism by which 3023 occurs works. The following are the instances of 3023-A observed thus far. A baseball was ripped apart to produce 8 pointed legs surrounding a central mass, and reportedly animated mid-pitch. Upon impact with the catcher's mitt, the transformed baseball attacked the catcher lethally, then remained on the field for the following 84 minutes before its destruction by civilians. It was the first recorded instance of 3023-A. A metal folding chair transformed in an abandoned office building in the presence of several urban explorers. The legs and other tubular segments functioned as legs, with the seat and back operating as central mass. Several seconds of footage in which 2 explorers were killed by the instances. A human corpse transformed into a horrific monstrosity, with the skeletal system radically reorganized, allowing 4 additional limbs made of bone to emerge from the abdomen. It transformed during an initial examination by the local police department after the body was found on the side of the road. It resulted in 6 casualties. It was temporarily disabled after being ran over by a civilian driving an ambulance at high speed. Strangely enough, the genetic material of the human could not be identified. An SUV transformed while moving at high speeds and killed all the occupants inside after the transformation was completed. Due to its high speed and destructive power, MTF Julia's Angels received aid from the German Air Force in order to destroy it. The surrounding populations were amnesticized after the incident. A medical tablet that transformed while in the victim's throat, bursting out of their back and killing them. The smallest known instance of 3023-A. A telephone which exact configuration is still unknown. It has attracted the Foundation's attention via a security footage from the day prior to the telephone's transformation. Mr. Sauer, a local restaurateur, was brought in for investigation after being identified in the footage. Site Director Russell walked into the dimly lit interrogation room, where Sauer was sitting at the other side of the desk. His eyes darted around the room anxiously. The guard who was accompanying Russell set down a recording device. The machine whirred as Russell turned it on. Interview log, SCP-3023-A6. Subject is Hans Sauer. Good evening, Mr. Sauer. How are you doing? Sauer stirred in his seat. He remained speechless for a moment as Russell fixed his attention on him. I'm okay, I suppose. Who are you people and what are you planning to do with me? Kill me? If I crossed you people in any way, I swear I didn't mean it. Russell ignored him and continued. Before we go further, Mr. Sauer, I would like you to watch a footage. Thomas, if you will. He motioned the guard. He inserted a tape into a nearby TV and pressed play on a remote. Mr. Sauer squinted at the screen as he saw a man breaking a window and entering the office building, where an instance of 3023-A appeared. He watched in surprise as he noticed the person picking up the telephone was him, yet he had no recollection of it whatsoever. The telephone in question that would transform into 3023-A the next day. With great disgust, he cringed as he witnessed his jaw slowly creak open before finally cracking, and distending open far beyond normal, much like a snake's jaw would. From inside his throat, 4 thick tube-shaped tongues snaked their way out and slathered around on the phone for exactly 36 seconds before they retracted back down his throat. Once complete, his mouth returned to normal and seemed to be healed of any damage it sustained in performing that grotesque act. The man in question then left the scene and the footage ended. What was that horrible thing? Why did you have me watch that? Because the person in the video is you. It is you, yes? Yeah, it would appear to seem so. Russell then turned towards the recorder. From this point on, interview subject Hans Sauer is officially designated as SCP-3023-B. Sauer began to sweat and tremble. He frantically grabbed at his throat and felt around his body. What does that mean? Are you saying I'm that monster? I have no memory of that. Oh God, those tentacle things, they're in my body, aren't they? What happened to me? We don't know what happened to you. When we took you to this place to give you a free medical examination, we discovered nothing extraordinary or abnormal about your body. Sauer pondered for a moment. Russell remained quiet and observed him. The air of silence was beginning to feel unbearable for Sauer. He cleared his throat and asked, "Then why am I still here? Clearly there's nothing wrong with me, so why have I been locked up in this place?" "There's nothing wrong with you, yet. We can never be too sure. After all, that is what we do here, 3023-B. What? Secure, contain, protect. Now then, you will remain here until the Council deems it otherwise. Or you die, whichever comes first. Do you have any questions, 3023-B? That number is not my name." "No, it is not." Russell gathered his files and rose from the seat. He smoothed out his suit and said, "But that's what we'll be calling you from now on." He gave one final look to the newly designated anomalous object, turned off the recorder, and made for the door. The interview concluded there, and 3023-B has been locked up ever since, and has shown no other anomalous capabilities or transformations. Despite this, Site Director Russell was given the order by the O5 Council to keep him contained for at least several more years, as they have been burned in the past by prematurely releasing possible anomalies. With this in mind, 3023-B will be given weekly bodily examinations and mental health screenings. Lastly, whenever an instance of 3023-A appears, 3023-B is to be heavily scrutinized and his behavior monitored for any changes. Remember to check out my new animation channel, TheRubber Talks, where I share my life story, thoughts, and opinions. Just click on the link in the description to enter the Rubber's world. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Which SCP do you want to see in the next video and why it is interesting? Let us know in the comment below. We will draw your story and share it with the world. Don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Please share it to your friends if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.